and my husband have bought a cottage in the English countryside within the North Yorkshire Moors National Park, but our house is over 110 years old and she needs some serious work. My kitchen! Today I'm going to be showing you the progress so far and everything we're planning for this exciting new chapter. So we are right in the thick of our cottage renovations. Our house doesn't even have power anymore. If you haven't seen our last video, we've done a full tour of the house before it started to get ripped out and the building work began. I've done 2 vision boards so far for interior design because we had to actually pick our kitchen and our bathroom ready for the renovation. So I'll show you the vision boards, and I've also added some things to my Christmas wish list for the cottage. So I'll show you some of them and then I'll take you into the footage of the cottage and show you exactly what it looks like now when I seen it the other day. There is so much work to be done. If you've seen my last video about the house tour, you will have seen that originally we wanted to keep the kitchen temporarily to save on renovation costs. Unfortunately for us, that couldn't be done and we actually had to get the kitchen ripped out, which has obviously ate into our budget that we weren't actually planning for. We were originally just going to paint the cabinets and do our best to live in it the way it is and then eventually save up and get a kitchen. However, we are getting a full replumb and rewire done on this cottage, so a lot of our renovation budget is going into things that actually can't be seen but are obviously crucial and important for the foundations of the house themselves. We are getting our boiler moved externally, so it'll be moved outside, and if you watched the tour you will have seen the big oil boiler was originally in the kitchen where the Aga used to be. We are keeping the stone lintel and brick surrounds because we think it adds character, but we are changing our kitchen. So I actually created a brand new kitchen mood board. Originally we actually thought we would be getting a green kitchen, and we actually looked at somewhere called Wren Kitchens. We actually secured our deposit for Wren, and then I changed my mind because the more I looked at green kitchens, the more I actually felt that it looked quite cold, and I couldn't decide between a dark olive kitchen, which would go really nicely with the brick and look beautiful in the autumn and winter months, or like a lighter green kitchen which would look beautiful for spring and summer. So I felt like I was tossed up between these 2 kitchen designs, and then we actually went into a Howden showroom. We seen a kitchen called Linen, and on the walls they had a mauve colour on the walls, and as you guys know I love pink, or maybe you don't know but I love pink. I definitely wanted like a cohesive colour palette throughout the home of like soft stone colours, beiges, mauves, pinks, and a really warming colour palette. And when I seen this kitchen I felt like it actually looked good all year round because the kitchen is already quite dark as it is, and I do prefer warmer, brighter spaces. The lighter green had a coldness to it which I didn't really particularly love, but this one had such a warm, soft and cosy feeling, and I thought with the red brick and the stone lintel I just thought this would look beautiful, and you can make it really cosy for the autumn and Christmas months, and then in spring and summer it would look bright and fresh and nice. So we've actually picked our kitchen, gone for quartz marble worktops, and then we've also gone for linen cupboards. And what we're going to do to add colour into the kitchen, we're going to paint the walls a soft mauve colour. So I'm using Milanote to do my interior design boards, and this was the original kitchen that we seen, and I absolutely loved this colour so much. And we've gone for a marble quartz worktop with a Belfast sink, got these more antique brass English looking fixtures and fittings. This is the brick and the stone that we're keeping within the kitchen, which should look really nice. I also got ChatGPT to do me kind of a colour mock-up. I'm not sure if I want to go this dark or more this colour, but I do kind of like this deep dark mauve. I think it looks really nice. We've also picked under cabinet lighting to brighten up the kitchen too. I'm really excited to see how this is going to end up. I've also added a bunch of stuff for Christmas on my Amazon, like these Peugeot luxury salt and pepper shakers, this rustic mango wood chopping board, this little USB charging lamp. I'd love to get like a cuckoo clock or something, like a Disney-esque cottagey feel. Then also like little candle holders. We'll leave a link for all of these on my Amazon storefront, so you can find the links to those if you like the look of any of those yourself or want to just have a nosy and see what I've got on my Amazon wish list for the cottage so far. I keep adding to it as well. These will be affiliate links, and I do get a little commission for that as well, which is something I actually wanted to talk to you about today because the Amazon influencer program has actually very kindly sponsored today's video. I have been using the Amazon influencer program for ages now, especially with my small business Katnipp. It's a great way for creators like me to share their favourite finds, the things they use all the time, like in my business for example, while also earning some commissions from products that I love and I also want or use all the time. If you've ever wanted to monetize your content in a fun and authentic way, this is an absolutely perfect way to diversify your income stream, and something that I've been using for a very long time now. I get so many people asking where things are from, specifically with Katnipp and my small business, and now with these renovation videos, even things from like my favorite jewelry and stuff that I've purchased off Amazon. So this can be a great way for me to share with my audience what I love and what I use, while also making some extra income on the side, which helps support these channels and building my small business alongside other income streams that I've got. In fact, if you've ever wanted to make some extra money, this can be a fantastic way of doing it. You don't need thousands of followers either. I bet there are so many items you guys have purchased from Amazon that you love and would love to share with your family, friends or fans, and this can be a truly authentic way to bring some extra money home. If you like the sound of this and would like to start today, you can sign up using the link in my description. Now let's jump back into the bathroom. Plumber actually can't start the work on the bathroom or the boiler until January, so everything's kind of on a standstill for now in terms of plumbing, but I still need to purchase my bathroom suite. So this is my mood board for my bathroom. All bathroom suite is actually designed around this beautiful Japanese crane wallpaper that I found online. It's this beautiful dusky mauve again. I fell in love with this. Anyone who knows I love Japan, and this is like a blend of Japan and English culture mixed together, because I want the bathroom suite, as you can see, to have a Victorian English feel. So I would love to have some sort of cabinets built in for the sink, a beautiful bath that has to be pushed against the wall so it can't be freestanding, but it looks freestanding, and then also these beautiful brass and gold shower trays. I also love this texture for inside the shower, and I thought mixing textures like this stone along with this beautiful tile I found, this is absolutely stunning, and then some wall paneling, thought that would all go really nicely together. And I actually put it in ChatGPT again and it created this image which is just so dreamy and so beautiful. I've actually got a bonsai tree here as well, because I'd quite like to have some more Japanese elements mixed with that old English as well. It's very me and very Dean, and I think this looks absolutely beautiful. I can't wait for this to pull together. I still wanted it to have like a cottagey warm feel. This was the marble example, but I just love the textured herringbone. The marble was too cold and contrasting against the bathroom suites. The other things can kind of get done a little bit later, like our flooring and stuff. I already have an idea of flooring downstairs that doesn't need to be done for the next couple of months, but those two I needed to get done, and those are my interior design boards and my wish list for little accessories for the cottage. Anyway, now let me actually take you to the cottage and give you a tour around for what it currently looks like. We're just at the house and look at all this. It's literally a beautiful autumn day. We're actually going to go for a walk, but there is so much getting done, so I'll show you inside. We're putting a flat roof on top of our kitchen to let in some light. So I'll show you the renovation so far because it looks like chaos inside. We also took that huge conifer down. Look how much it had overgrown. Holy smokes, yeah, the scaffolding just going up there. But now we have absolutely stunning views of the moors. But as you can see, the garden is chaos at the moment. I haven't seen the house since the renovations began. My kitchen! So I know a lot of you guys said to keep the kitchen, but unfortunately we couldn't even keep the kitchen. I wanted to do that as well until we got the renovations done. Oh wow, there's some like lemony wallpaper underneath here. All the rewire is beginning, but we had to actually remove the kitchen because of the oil tank. The oil tank's getting removed where the Aggie used to go right here. I had to take all the kitchen floor up to put the pipes under, and oh, this looks insane, look. It's just currently all empty, so we have picked a new kitchen. That looks so much better. The views out there. You can now like be washing your pots. We're putting the sink here so you can wash your pots and actually see the moors now that that log has been chopped down. But our coffee bar's going over there. We are keeping the brick and the beams and the stone. We're going to try and retain that, and we're getting
like 3 of the beams off here.
Yeah.
Got the big window in there.
Yeah, big window going in there, so hopefully it lets a bit more light in because it is a north-facing house. Oh my gosh, look at the floorboards up there. You can see into the middle. Does it get worse? This just feels like, it's just crazy to see it like this. But you can see where the rewire is starting here. Came around with the electrician and put in where we wanted all the sockets and the plugs. And as you can see, they've already started beginning that. Look at the lemon checkered wallpaper behind here. It's actually so cute. I love it. But yeah, over here is the hob, and then we're having like a curved unit here, which I think will look beautiful, along with a curved unit there, an integrated fridge freezer there, and then the worktop and stuff there. So I think that will look really pretty. And then we're going to paint the walls mauve. But yeah, this is my dining room.
Have a look at the new cupboard in the downstairs toilet.
Oh yeah, we've got a new cupboard in the downstairs toilet as well. Holy moly, there's just so much going on. So yeah, this used to be a little tiny cupboard that you had to like crawl into, but the inside was really substantial, but it was just wasted because you'd have to crawl into it, whereas now they've put an actual door. You
can see the duct, so that's the duct for the mains electric, so they boarded this out and replastered it, and then they're going to put the mains
in there.
And it'll come back to the duct there.
Yeah, I feel like our coats and stuff will probably go in there as well, since this is the back door that we use. It's just crazy to see it like this when it just feels like it's been ripped out really fast. But you can see all the ducting that's going outside.
6 foot down the garden right into
Holy smokes. So this is all the ducting for the rewire. Whoa. Oh no, look. Oh my gosh, what the heck. Luckily, this is the rewire again, so you can see we went around and we asked where everything was gonna go. That's where the TV's gonna go. Oh, what's that in there? I think it's just a cake wrapper. Kind of scary. Isn't it crazy that this is what it looks like underneath your house? We're putting the plugs up to building reg standards. We actually don't, because of the age of the property, we don't have to do that apparently. But I just said put them higher because we might as well get it up to modern building reg standards if we're going to be paying to do it anyway. And I don't know if you can see these circles on the wall. I think they need to be a bit higher, to be honest.
I told them exactly 7 foot, so it'll be about...
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's better. So them ones need to match. So these circles on the wall are where we're going to put ceiling lights. And then more ceiling lights here, and I'm thinking of 2 beautiful art prints there, maybe a nice sideboard over here. But as you can see, this has been freshly plastered not that long ago, which is very handy because it means we save a bit of money. It's just this will need to be replastered and touched up. Oh my goodness. Nothing's really happening in the conservatory. They're just storing everything here for now. All right, let's see upstairs. Could you hold this for me a second, please, Dean? Thank you. Well, I haven't seen it like this. Dean has. He's been here quite often. We have no roof. The stair lift has gone, or the roller coaster has gone. Oh, there's a scaffolding for the flat roof. So the flat roof here will have a window on it. We'll have to get a window cleaner to come and clean it because I'm sure it'll get debris and stuff like that. So we've had a bit of a reconfiguration up here. You can see down to the kitchen. This is insane. We have no ceiling. If you watch my house tour, we did have some hidden costs, as you do with... What's going on there? Oh no, they smashed the mirror!
Oh yeah,
that's bad luck!
The wind blew off the door, but he said if you're keeping it, they'll put a new pane of glass in it.
Oh no! At least it wasn't us that smashed it. Again, some more lights are going in above the bed here. I feel like there needs to be more like here.
Oh yeah, but don't forget I'm 6 foot.
Oh wait, I might get the drop lights instead anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get the drop lights. You can see they've plasterboarded the walls because we're going to be skimming over them and everything. Oh my gosh. We're getting doors dipped actually. So these are Victorian doors. So we are getting them all stripped and dipped and like a raw wood put back in and trying to keep the old charm of the place. They're not perfect or anything. Downstairs, we may have to buy some second-hand Victorian doors, again in raw wood. There's not much happening in here. Just lots and lots of cables for the rewire, and we can see down into the kitchen there. Oh, Holy moly, it's kind of scary. And then this is where most of the work has been done. So we've had some issues with the roof, if you've seen on our house tour. Lots of money is going into the repair job of the roof and the chimney stack. But we've had a reconfiguration up here. So I'll put on screen what it looked like before. It was a hallway, but we've extended the bathroom. So here was a cupboard and the door to this bedroom was actually here. But instead, we have had this room extended for the bathroom instead of having a cupboard in the hallway and a smaller hallway. And I think it works so much better because we'll be able to fit a bath and a shower and a toilet and a sink in here. And we're thinking of going like old Victorian, like Burlington style toilet. I just thought we could put the toilet there and the bathtub under the window. That would look nice actually. So then we could maybe put...
Yeah, but the waste is already over there. We need to speak to the plumber.
We need to speak to the plumber. But this has substantially, well, I feel like it really opens it up. We've had all that extra floor space over there for a shower tray and a bathtub and stuff. The thing we had to bear in mind is because we have got gabled roof, so...
They put a new stud wall in here because the roof's been leaking, so there's a few timbers that need replacing.
Oh yeah, it's rotten. You can really see that actually.
Putting all new insulation in, because there's only 100mm insulation in the loft, but they're putting 280mm, I think, in the loft.
Wow. I really love the size of this bathroom. I think this was the right choice. I know it's a lot more money to do this, but I do think it would have been good if we could have extended out here, but we can't because of the headroom when you're coming up the stairs. I think the hallway looks weirdly bigger.
It is, it's way bigger.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because if you...
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the hallway is bigger because, yeah, was that the cupboard?
Yeah, so the cupboard, so the door was like...
I was going to say, it feels way more open. I can put a nice art print on here. Maybe a wall light, actually.
There's the door, you look at it.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Need sand, they're going to give you a good sand.
Oh, wow. So this was one of the Victorian doors that has been stripped. Look how aged and beautiful that wood is. It's got so much character and story behind it. It'd be 110? Is it 110 years old?
Yeah, 1910. So what I'm saying is you could take all this beading off to proper get under and get all the white.
Yeah.
Like I said, get as much as you can without taking that beading off. And then I don't mind if there's tiny little bits of white still in it, and then give it a good sand and then a clear oil.
It really looks great, and we're gonna like polish up the brass. So he's kept all the Victorian doors for us to strip like this. So brilliant. So I think we'll strip them all and we'll put them on just as they are, and maybe oil them so that the okay. Oh, that's another thing. They had to move the wall this way a bit. They've actually shortened this room a bit, but it's worked really well because when you initially came into this room, rather than the door being there, which was a cupboard, the door was here, which meant the only option to put the bed was either here, which would have been off centre, or like here, which didn't feel like it floored. But now, because the door has been moved, we can put a bed right here and the whole room just floors a lot better. And we've put 2 plugs either side of the bed. We've also got wall lights again up on where the plugs are, so the bed will go right here and it just works so much better. Whereas originally we didn't have that option because the original door was there, so it's all working a lot better, like flowing a lot better. And yeah, I'm excited about those Victorian doors. What do you think? Would you keep the old rustic charm and just dip them? I personally love it. I think it adds character and story, and the fact that they've been in this house for 110 years is pretty incredible. And like I say, if the downstairs ones don't dip very well, then we will try and...
We can't dip the downstairs ones.
Oh, we can't dip the downstairs.
They're not solid, but they're like the...
Oh, right, okay. What a shame. So yeah, we can't do the downstairs ones because they're not solid wood. This is crazy, that. This house. This one feels, oh yeah, I see what you mean. They're more like, I don't know, we might keep them for now. And basically just try and retain the character of the property, but obviously bring it up to modern standards. There's some of the cupboard doors from the kitchen. Holy moly, a lot of work still to be done. So yeah, that is currently where we are at with our cottage renovations. What do you guys think? Do you like my interior design plans? If you have any suggestions or anything, let me know in the comments below, because this is the first time we've ever done a renovation like this. We've normally always went for new or fairly modern new builds before, so this is the first time doing a 110+ year old cottage. I hope you enjoyed this video and the cottage update. I'll see you in the next one. Alright then, thanks so much for watching. I love you.